What's going on, y'all? This is CJUFCPicks, the smoke sesh. I'm here with my boy Gibbs. We're going to break down some UFC fights. Tonight, we're going to break down UFC Fight Night, Dolidze versus Imavov, which is going to be a very solid card. But first, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video, and make sure to comment on the video. Leave a comment. So you know how the algorithm works. If you leave a comment, it helps us out. Giving us a like is free. Giving us a subscribe is free. And you already know what to do. We're here for the smoke sesh. I already got one rolled up right here. It's called some chauffeur. And this here is some fire right here. But what you got on deck?
What's this shit called, dude? Island Sweet Skunk. So I'll take it. I never heard of that, but that's what we on today. So I'll take it.
All right, let's go, bro. Let's go. So you already know what to do. Subscribe, like the video, and join us for the smoke sesh. And let's recap what happened last night on UFC 297, Strickland versus Duplessis. Very, very bad night for your boy. I only had 2 picks correct, bro, out of the whole night. I think a lot of people did pretty bad last night. How'd you do?
Yeah, I believe I only had like maybe 6 fights right. I had a pretty even day. I called the Drakus fight. I called that I called a couple of them. I called the first fight of the night, the Jimmy Flick. Um, in our breakdown, I even said that the Sam Patterson, he could probably get it done. So I put that one in, got that done. So okay, night.
All right, not a bad night for you, but for me it was terrible. Only had 2 picks correct, but I did do decent on my bets. I did pick the fight, the main event, to end in round 4, 5, or by decision. That was minus 106. Not a bad line right there. So I hammered that and I got that correct. What else? I did pick Malat to win the fight, but I did have a little hunch that Magny was gonna win that fight. And he was a plus 300, bro. So I grabbed that line. I was like, "There's no way I'm passing that up." I kind of knew Malai was an experience. He hasn't fought that tougher, tougher competition like Magny did. I know Magny's old and getting slower, but it's just that experience factor is what got me, bro.
Yeah, I think Malad looked like he just gassed out. He tried to put all of his baskets and all his eggs in one basket, and then boom, he just ran out of juice, man. Good call to.
Let's go over it, bro. Hold on, let me just put it up here. All right, folks. As you can see, I got the first fight wrong. Jimmy Flick going over Malcolm Gordon. I mean, Malcolm Gordon was dominating that fight. He was dominating that fight until he made that bad mistake in that fight. And then somehow, some way, Jimmy Flick caught him in that submission, bro.
Yeah, man. I actually thought that Flick was gonna lose the fight. Then sure enough, Malcolm Gordon gives his back up, and then boom, there's the fight.
All right, let's move on up to the next fight. I got that pick right, got the outcome correct. Jasmine Jasdovicius getting the submission victory over Priscilla Cachoeira. Priscilla Cachoeira ain't that great. She might be cut after this fight, to be honest, man. Jasmine Jasdovicius, she's pretty good. And I like her, man. So yeah, I got that pick correct and she won me some money. How'd you do with that fight?
Yeah, I didn't bet it, but I definitely had that pick right. I didn't call it a submission, so hey, got to tip my hat to you there. Yeah, we kind of figured how that was how I was gonna go. She'll run out of juice and cash it. We don't want to see her again. She's a cheater, and she missed weight for the second time in a row. That's it.
All right, next fight, guys. Johan Lionese. He shot the bed for me, man. I really thought he was gonna get that KO victory, but he is not that good, man. He is not that good. He is on my fade list forever to come. He lost to Sam Patterson via submission in the very first round. Looks like Johan Lionese didn't want to be in there, to be honest.
No, yeah, like you said, he shit the bed. He didn't even show up, man. He went for the. And it's funny because he was looking good with the hands, and then he initiated the contact, and as soon as he initiated the grappling with Sam took him down and submitted him. He's done.
Next fight, guys. I got that pick wrong again. I only got 2 picks correct. I feel like this is my worst card ever, guys, since I've been doing this show. Julian Robertson defeating Polyana Viana via knockout TKO. Polyana Viana, I still like her. I think I only picked her because she's hot, you know.
Nah, for sure. She is hot. That is true. Jillian Robinson, she just pretty much she got that fight down and she did what she did, man. That's Jillian Robinson.
Next fight, guys. Ramon Taveras versus Sergey City. I really thought CD was gonna win that fight, man. I really thought he was gonna win that fight, and I did think he won that fight. That was a pretty close fight, but I think he done enough to win. But that was back and forth, and the judges gave it to Ramon Taveras, bro.
Yeah, like you said, it was a really close fight. If we're talking just output, then yes, Siri won. But I just felt like it was the damage. The judges seen all that blood trickling from his face, and they gave Tavares the fight.
Next fight, guys, and you got this pick correct, bro. I remember you picked Sean Wilson to win this fight. You were right, man. Charles Schroeder doesn't do good with long, lengthy fighters, and you got that correct. So congrats to you.
Yep, that's pretty much what you said. Yeah, bro. I'm a big fan of Jordan, but we just seen when the long guys get in there and he plays behind the 8 ball, he gives that first round up. Next thing you know, you're losing a decision. And it was weird. They thought Charles Jourdain won. It was weird. And I heard Woodson, but then he started celebrating. It was kind of weird.
Next fight, guys. Another disappointment in my book. This was another back and forth fight. I think this fight could have gone either way. And Brad Katona losing to Garrett Armfield, bro. How'd you feel about that fight?
Yeah, this was actually one of my bets, and I thought Brad Katona won the fight, but I was nervous. I was absolutely nervous when they were reading it. Brad Katona, he took too long to get going. He didn't get going into the second round. He wanted to start imposing his cardio. And Garrett Armfield, he's not no slouch. He may look weak, but he's not. He's really good. So
Nah, I like both of these guys. Both of these guys are pretty good, and I still like Brad Katona. I still think he can do something in this division. Probably not a title contender, but
no,
a
yeah,
gatekeeper for sure. A gatekeeper.
I agree. No, their floors, their stock didn't go down too much. Good fight.
Next fight, guys, I got the outcome correct. I got the pick correct. This is only my second fight that I got correct. Mavlar Evlov defeating Arnold Allen by decision. The grappling and the wrestling was just too much for Arnold Allen. How'd you do on this fight?
Yeah, if it wasn't for this fight, I would have had a shitty night, like an extremely shitty night. I had Mavzar by decision for two units. I was scared that flying knee had landed on Arnold Allen. I got a little scared there, but man, we got that there though, and
I
he's good,
told you
man.
he was. I told you he could finish. He could finish. He's got finishing ability, bro.
He can finish, man. It's just because it's a game of inches. If he'd hit that button there, it'd been lights out.
Next fight, guys, and I think this was a back and forth fight. To be honest, he was my dog of the card. If you guys didn't know, I do a dog of the card and a lock of the card each and every single week, and I'll give you my dog of the card this week. Mark Andre Burial was my dog of the card, and honestly, I thought he won that fight. I think he did enough in that third round to secure the victory, bro. But it is what it is. Chris Curtis won the fight, and Chris Curtis does get. He is older, bro. He did show that in that fight. He is older and slower.
Oh yeah. It was actually the shitty fight. I think the fans lost in that one. But I definitely have to go ahead and say, yeah, Curtis, he did enough to win because Andre, he didn't do enough in the beginning. But it was a boring fight to me.
Next fight, guys. Here's the shocker of the card. And I bet a lot of people lost this bet. I bet a lot of people lost a parlay from this. Mike Malott definitely shitting the bed. He was winning that fight until the very last round when Neil Magny just took over with the veteran savvy. And I said it in my last breakdown that Neil Magny had the potential to win this fight, bro, just because of the experience factor. And I was right. And I grabbed Neil Magny live numbers at plus 300. Let's go.
That's what's up, man. That's definitely a good call, man. Proper Mike Malott. He was looking so good in the first 2 rounds. He was hunting the finish for too long, man. Like You can't be doing that. The finish has to just come naturally, or you're gonna gas out. And there was a world where I'm like, how does Mike Malott look in the third round? And we got that answer yesterday.
I still think Mike Malott can do something in the UFC, but he just needs to work on his cardio and needs more experience.
I agree. Yeah, right now I'm unsure. I'm unsure on where his ceiling is. I don't know.
Next fight, guys, she was my lock of the card. Huge disappointment for me. I didn't think Raquel Pennington had the grit or the style to beat Myra Bueno Silva or Maida Bueno Silva. I don't know how you pronounce it nowadays. But Raquel Pennington becoming the new UFC bantamweight champion. I think she's going to be a transitional champion. She's not going to hold that belt for too long.
Nah, I feel like whenever Juliana Pena comes back, she's gonna come back and she's not even gonna defend that title. But hey, congratulations to Rocky though. She did that. After that second round, she took over.
Next fight, guys, got the pick and the outcome wrong. This was a war. This was a back and forth fight, in my opinion. Anyone's fight. Dricus du Plessis defeating Sean Strickland, becoming the new UFC middleweight champion. Good call on you, Gibbs, for calling that. But you thought I was going to finish, and I told you that Strickland doesn't get finished too often.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely gonna be finished, but shoot. I was happy to see Drake is going to the fifth round because now we know he can beat a cardio machine and he can go to the fifth round. So we put that to bed there for sure.
I think that if Strickland stuffed stuffed some of those takedowns, he would have won this fight. I think the takedowns is what did it in this fight.
Yeah, he had no answer for the takedowns.
All right, guys, that was the small recap for UFC 297 Strickland versus du Plessis. I went 2 out of 12. I promise you guys that's never going to happen again because we're going to get you some wins for this card. UFC Vegas 85, Dolidze versus Imavov. And let's get to it. All right, guys, but before we do that, you already know what to do. Let's light this up. Smoke sesh time for your boy CJUFCPicks and Gibbs. We're about to give you some fire picks, smoking on some fire weed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let's go with the first fight of the night. First fight of the night, guys. Scheduled in the men's welterweight division, we have Themba Gorimbo versus Pete Rodriguez. Themba Gorimbo, he is 11-4, 33 years old, 6'1", 77-inch reach. Pete Rodriguez, he's 5-1, 27 years old, 5'9", 73-inch reach. This is a decent fight to start off the night for UFC Vegas 85. Then Gorimbo winning his last fight against Takashi Sato, and Pete Rodriguez winning his last fight against Mike Jackson. We all know Mike Jackson is terrible. He is the worst fighter UFC has ever seen, in my opinion. Themba Gorimbo, he's decent. He's not bad. He's got the reach advantage. He's got the height advantage. Um, I'm going with Themba Gorimbo in this fight. I think Pete Rodriguez can only beat lower level fighters, and that's what he is. He's a lower fighter, in my opinion. So give me Themba Gorimbo to win, probably by decision, maybe a finish if Pete Rodriguez goes in there and blows his load in the first round. Maybe Themba Gorimbo can get a finish, but I can see this fight going to a decision. Who you got, bro?
Yeah, man. So like pretty much what you were saying is, yeah, I definitely don't think that Pete Rodriguez is really him. Like, yeah, he got him a little knockout. Yeah, but that was Mike Jackson. Like, you can't really hold too much stock in that. You got a guy like Themba Gorimbo who's gonna push the pace on you. He's gonna be there the whole 15 minutes. He's a good grappler. He has good hands. He's hittable. So that first 5 minutes for Pete would definitely be volatile. But I would definitely say down the stretch, I would say Themba Gorimbo will go ahead and get him to the mat, work his ground game, and eventually he could find a sub. Like CJ said, I could see it going to the decision. But I'm going to go ahead and go sub for this fight, and a confidence rate probably about a 6.
All right, let's move on up to the next fight, guys. We both agree with that fight, so far so good. Next fight, guys, scheduled in the men's flyweight division, we have Charles Johnson versus Azat Maksum. Charles Johnson, he's 13 and 6, 33 years old, 5'9", 70-inch reach. Azat Maksum, undefeated at 17 and 0, 29 years old, 5'7", 70-inch reach. Charles Johnson running a 3-fight losing streak. And as you know, as you already said, Azat Maksum, 17 and 0, so he's riding a 17-fight winning streak. Very impressive right there. Charles Johnson, I don't think he's that good, man. I don't think he's that good as people make it seem like he is. He's a 3-fight losing streak, losing to Rafael Estevam, losing to Cody Durden, and losing to Ode Osborne. That's not a good look right there. As that Maxim, winning all his UFC fights so far. I mean, he's only had one against Tyson Nam, but that's a pretty decent win in my book. He's the younger, fresher fighter. And I think he can win this fight, bro. I really do think he can win this fight. So give me Azat Maxim to win. My confidence level is like a 6.5 out of 10. Who you got, bro?
Yeah, man. I actually got eyes out as well. You got Charles Johnson on a 3-fight losing streak. Coming in, like you said, coming into the UFC, everybody was pretty high on him. And one could say he is overrated. You know, he does have good hands. His cardio falls off after 7.5 minutes. Um, I was on him against that Estevam, but in that fight he was getting controlled on the cage and he was getting just battered up, and I could see that happening in this one. You got a guy Azat, Maksum. He's pretty unproven. He fought Tyson Nam in his last one. It was a close fight. Tyson Nam was doing really good. Away from the whenever they weren't fighting in the clinch. So if he can go ahead, if Charles Johnson can actually do that in this fight, maybe that can happen, man. But I'm gonna go Azat. Confidence rate's actually a 5 because you got a hungry Charles Johnson wanting to keep his UFC job. So we'll go Azat in a close one. Decision.
Next fight, guys. This is gonna be a little scrap right here. Scheduled in the women's flyweight division, we got Molly McCann versus Diana Belbiţă. Molly McCann, 13 and 6, 33 years old, 5'4", 62-inch reach. Diana Belbiţă, 27 years old, 5'7", 68-inch reach. I think this is going to be a very close fight, closer than the number says. I did look at the lines before the we did this breakdown, but there's no lines on Topology, so I'm not gonna remember any of the lines. But I do believe Molly McCann is a favorite in this fight. She's lost the last 2 out of her 5 fights, losing to Julija Stoliarenko. She's on this card. Losing to Aaron Blanchfield. That's an excusable loss because Aaron Blanchfield has the potential to be a top contender and a champion. But before that, she won against Hannah Goldie, Luana Carolina, and Jeong Kim. Diana Belbiţă winning the last 2 out of her 5 fights, losing to Carolina Kalkiewicz, winning against Maria Oliveira, losing to Gloria DePaula, winning against Hannah Goldie, and losing to Lena. This is going to be a very close fight, guys. But I think I'm going to go with the favorite here, Molly McCann. I'm going to stay away money line wise because I'm not 100% confident on any of these fighters right here. I hate betting women's MMA, bro. I really do. So I'm just going to bet the over here. But I do see a stoppage. I do see Molly McCann getting a stoppage. She can knock women out, bro. So give me Molly McCann. My confidence level is like a 5.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, in my opinion, this is a low level fight. Molly Meatball, she came in pretty overrated. Because she's Patty Pimlet's homie. She, like you said, she lost to Yulia Stoliarenko in her last one. Um, and like you said, she's the favorite here, and she's at -250. I just checked those odds. So those odds are off, man. You got Diana Belbiţă, who is the longer fighter. She has, in my opinion, the better cardio. And she's the more active fighter. Sometimes she can get caught staring, but in her last one, I thought she looked good. I got Molly Meatball, but this is a no bet because at -250, the value is all on Diana Belbiţă. I got Molly Meatball to bounce back, but stay away from this fight, please.
Absolutely stay away from this fight. Not trustworthy. Next fight, guys. This is going to be a scrap right here. And this fight might not go the distance. Scheduled in the men's lightweight division, we got Marquel Mederos versus Landon Quiñones. Marquel Mederos, he's 8-1, 27 years old, 5'10", 69.5-inch reach. Landon Quiñones, he is 7-2, 28 years old, 5'9", 70-inch reach. I believe both guys are. No, I believe he's making his UFC debut, right? Marquel Mederos is making his UFC debut, coming off the Contender Series KO against Azat. Landon Quiñones losing his last fight to Nasrat Haqparast. I think that's an excusable loss because Nasrat Haqparast is pretty decent and he's a kind of a veteran in UFC. That was his debut, so I can see why he lost that fight. And I think this is going to be a very close fight, very competitive fight. I might stay. This is another fight. I might stay away moneyline wise because none of these guys are proven, and I'm not 100% sure on any of these guys. But my heart and my gut is saying going with Marquel Mederos, the more dangerous fighter in this fight, is him in my opinion. So give me Marquel. My confidence level is a 5, bro. Who you got in this fight?
Yeah, man. I actually got Marquel Mederos as well. We got Marquel coming in at a -200 and landing at a +154. So last time in his fight in Landon, he actually looked pretty good. He had fought Haqparast, and he actually was pressing the pace. Like everybody thought he was gonna get beat up and battered, but he was actually beating him at his own game until he ran out of juice. You got a guy in Landon Quiñones. He has been finishing his career once, and you got a guy, Marquel Mederos, who's really trying to knock people out. So, you know, this is his UFC debut, and this is absolutely a prove it spot. I couldn't see myself weighing -200 on a debutant, but Landon Quiñones is live here. But I just feel like down the stretch, Marquel is gonna wear him out and probably get a finish. Probably not a knockout, but a TKO though.
All right. So far, we're good on all the fights so far, bro. I like that. I like that.
Hell
I don't know
yeah.
about this now. I don't know about this next one, though. I don't know about this next one. Next fight, guys, scheduled in the featherweight division. We have Blake Bilder versus Ying Lee. Blake Bilder, he's 8-1, 33 years old, 5'8", 68.5-inch reach. Ying Lee, he is 10-1, 28 years old, 5'10", with a 73-inch reach. I like this fight. I like both guys. Both guys are tough. Both guys will fight for your money. Blake Bilder, he lost his last fight against Kyle Nelson. I had Blake Bilder in that fight, and Kyle Nelson did defeat him by decision. But he lost. He won his last fight before that against Shane Young, and he won his Contender Series fight against Alex Morgan. Jeong Lee winning his last fight against Za, split decision, and he won his road to UFC against Kai Lu. I'm going with Blake Bilder here, bro. I think Blake Bilder is just a little bit better here, better cardio, more power, and just a little bit more proven, in my opinion. Give me Blake Bilder to win. My confidence level is like a 6.
So Pre-tape, I was on Blade Builder, and then after I watched tape, I had to slide to the Zhang Yang Li side. And let me tell you why. So in Blade Builder's last fight, in that Kyle Nelson fight, which that was the fight card where the Canadians went 5-0. And in Blade Builder, he started off dropping the ball, and I just felt like he slowed down. He has good cardio, but Kyle Nelson, if he Blade Builder has shown anytime you got a guy who has better cardio than you, he's gonna slow down. You see in the Shane Young fight, Shane Young didn't have good cardio. He actually did that to him. So, you got a high powered wrestler who doesn't wrestle, so he has lacking IQ. I don't know. I just feel like Zhang Yang Li is actually here to win. He's gonna win some fights. That road to UFC win, that was a pretty good win. That guy won on the 3-fight win streak since then. So that was something I noticed. I'm not really confident in this one, but I got Zhang Yang Li by decision, and that's a confident in a 6 as well. So we'll
All
see.
right, all right. This is the first fight that we disagree on, bro. That's gonna be interesting. Next fight, guys, scheduled in the women's flyweight division. We have Julija Stoliarenko versus Luana Carolina. Julija Stoliarenko, she is 11-7, 30 years old, 5'7", 69-inch reach. Luana Carolina, she's 9-4, 30 years old, 5'6", 69-inch reach. This is going to be a very close fight, guys. Very close fight, in my opinion. Both girls are decent, not top-notch fighters. I don't think they're ever going to touch a top 10 or a title anytime soon, but let's go over the records real quick. Julija Stoliarenko winning her last fight against Molly McCann by submission. That was a good win. Losing against Chelsea Chandler. Winning against Jessica Rose Clark. Losing against Alexis Davis. And losing against Julia Avila. Then we got Luana Carolina. She won her last fight against Ivana Petrovic. Losing against Joanne Wood. Losing against Molly McCann. Winning against Lupita Godinez. That's aging very good because Lupita Godinez is a top contender now. And then winning against Poliana Botelhello. I don't think she's in the UFC anymore. I just don't like Luana Carolina's style, man. I don't like her fighting style. I think she's a little bit soft in my opinion. She can get cracked and she's not too good off the ground in my opinion. I'm going with Julija Stoliarenko to win this fight, bro. I think she's gonna win it by submission, and I might stay away moneyline wise because I'm not 100% sure. This is a wishy-washy fight. Both of these girls are wishy-washy fighters, so I'm staying away, bro. Who you got in this fight?
Yeah, man. So I might regret this, but I gotta go Luana Carolina.
Oh
And
my
here's
lord!
and here's why. I just so backtrack. Every fight that Yulisa Stoliarenko's had in the UFC, I predicted her to win. So when she beat Jessica Rose Clark, I predicted that. And then when she just beat Molly McCann, I predicted that. So I kind of have a good idea on how she wins and when she loses. So, she is an opportunistic grappler, and she's not a minute winner. She is okay. I take you down and I submit you. If that doesn't work, her game plan, she doesn't have a plan B. And Luana Carolina, she's a very smart fighter. That's probably her best attribute is her mind, and that's something that you have to only be smart to be able to figure that out. She's a smart fighter, so I just feel like she's gonna be able to stay on the feet, keep the fight standing. Julija only has 6 minutes of cardio. This is damn near a no bet for me, but I just feel like Yolanda, she's gonna go in there and she's gonna probably just win and outpoint her, get her by decision. No finish to me though, but I can see Julija getting her on the ground and tapping her.
All right. Next fight, guys. Scheduled in the men's heavyweight division. I think this is going to be a sloppy heavyweight fight, in my opinion. And we have Thomas Petersen versus Jamal Pogues. 8-1, 28 years old, 6'1", 74-inch reach. Jamal Pogues, 10-4, 28 years old, 6'3", 77-inch reach. Like I said, this is going to be a sloppy heavyweight fight. Thomas Petersen coming off a submission win against Chandler Cole in his last fight. He's making his UFC debut against Jamal Pogues. Jamal Pogues used to be in the MMA, and now he's in the UFC. He was in the Contender Series coming off a decision win. He's a decision king, in my opinion. He can't finish anyone. He can't even finish tying his shoes. So I'm going with Thomas Petersen here. I think he's the more dangerous fighter. I think he has more output. He's got better cardio. And like I said, he's more dangerous. I like more dangerous fighters in situations like this. So I might stay. This is another stay away fight. There's a lot of trap fights on this card, ladies and gentlemen, and this is another trap fight. But give me Thomas Petersen. My confidence level is like a 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah, bro. I'm actually there with you. So you got Thomas Petersen, not Thomas Jefferson, because the guy on Dana White's Contender Series said Thomas Jefferson. We got Thomas Petersen coming in, making his UFC debut versus Jamal Pogues, a guy who everybody was high on whenever he came in. You know, like you said, he's a decisionator. He's not really he's not dangerous at all. He just comes in there to point you, and that's why he got in trouble with Mick Parkins, because you've seen a guy who was dangerous and try to get you out of there. He can get in trouble. We've seen Jamal Pogues in bad spots on the ground, and a guy in Thomas Petersen, that's what he's coming to do. Um, like we already mentioned, this is his UFC debut, and Jamal Pogues, this is the first time he's been a UFC dog. So if we're talking strictly EV expected value, then Jamal Pogues is automatically a good bet. I said the same thing about Sam Patterson last week. So, but I try to make good bets, but I just don't feel like in this spot, Jamal Pogues is a guy who's going to fight for your money. Jamal Pogues, I'm not going to say he's a quitter, but, you know, when things get rough and when he gets on that floor and that mat, he just kind of sits there and he waits for the round to be over. That's not a guy I see myself putting my money on. So although Thomas Petersen is making his UFC debut, I got to go with the more rounded fighter in a decision. And my confidence rating there is a 7. So I'm pretty confident
So
he's going to win.
you going for Thomas?
Yeah, Thomas Petersen to win by decision.
Let's go. Next fight, guys. Scheduled in the men's welterweight division, we have Randy Brown versus Muslim Salikhov. Randy Brown, he's 17-5, 33 years old, 6'3", 78-inch reach. Muslim Salikhov, 19-4, 39 years old, 5'11", 70-inch reach. This fight I'm pretty confident on. I'm pretty damn confident on. This is a huge step up for Muslim Salikhov, and he didn't look good in his last fight. He's almost 40 years old, guys. That's pretty damn old to be a UFC fighter. He lost to Nicholas Dalby. I mean, Nicholas Dalby, he's pretty decent, and he's a solid fighter. But Randy Brown, bro, he got a 4-inch height advantage and an 8-inch reach advantage. That is crazy. I think Randy Brown has this fight in the bag. He's a top 15 fighter. He won his last fight against Wellington Turman, losing to Jack Della. That's not a bad loss because Jack Della has the potential to be a champion someday. But before that, he won against Francisco Trinaldo, Chaos Williams, and Jared Gooden. Give me Randy Brown in this fight all day. I almost made him my lock of the card, bro. I think I might make him my lock of the card, to be honest. Give me Randy Brown. Confidence level is at 8.5 out of 10. And I think he's going to get it done inside the distance. Let's go. Who you got in this fight?
Yeah, man. I got Mr. Randy Brown, Rude Boy. So yeah, bro, this is a pretty interesting fight because Randy Brown coming in, he's a 6-2. He's 6-2 as a favorite. And you got Muslim Salikhov, who is 1-0 as a dog. So he's not used to seeing this underdog tag by his name. But yeah, man, I think looking at the height discrepancy in the range, that cannot be denied in this fight. You got a guy, a Muslim, who just got, outpointed by Nicholas Dalby. Which was shown who's really good, but like you said, he's almost 40 years old. Bro's getting old, and you got Randy Brown, which I'm not too impressed with him because in his last fight versus Wellington Turman, a guy who just got knocked out by Jared Gooden, not even Jared Gordon, Jared Gooden, that wasn't too impressive. And Wellington Turman was looking good in with the hands, and he had like an 8-inch reach advantage. So this fight is definitely going to go to decision because something that I did note in my notes that these guys are really used to going to decision. What is it here? So Randy Rude Boy is 6-1 in decisions, and Muslim Salikhov is 4-1 in decisions. So this fight is pretty much going to go to decision. They're both good point fighters, so I can see this fight going split decision if you guys are in the split props.
My dude doing his homework. Let's go. Okay, okay. I like that, bro. I'm still going with Randy Brown. I'm pretty damn confident.
Oh yeah, I got Randy Brown too. Yeah, I got Randy Brown by decision.
Next fight, guys. This is gonna be a scrap right here. This is gonna be a banger. Scheduled in the men's welterweight division, we have Gilbert Urbina versus Charles Radtke. Gilbert Urbina, he is 7-2, 27 years old, 5'3", 75-inch reach. Charles Radtke, he is 8-3, 33 years old, 5'9", with a 72-inch reach. Like I said, this is gonna be a scrap. This is gonna be a freaking banger, folks. Gilbert Urbina winning his last fight against Orion Koski, losing to Brian Battle. I don't think that's a bad loss because Brian Battle's pretty damn good. Winning, and that was it. So this is going to be his third fight in the UFC. Charles Radtke coming in and winning against Mike Mathetha, but Mike Mathetha is pretty damn garbage in my opinion. I think Charles Radtke is a dog in this fight because I grabbed him at plus 140. I already gave you guys my pick. I gave you guys my bet. Might make him my dog of the card. I make it, bro. I'm close because I got a couple dogs on this card. Give me Charles Radtke to win. My confidence on him was like a 6.5 out of 10. I think he's got enough toughness, more power than Gilbert Urbina. The only thing that worries me here is the cardio. That's the only thing that worries me.
Yeah, man, I absolutely agree with you. And like you said in our first show, we do not script this and we do not go over our picks before the show. And I'm rolling with the dog here. Go ahead and give me Charles Radtke. So you got a guy in Gilbert Urbina, who was on the Ultimate Fighter 30, and he got submitted by Brian Battle. And in that fight, he taught you a lot because yeah, Brian Battle's good, he's well rounded, but you shouldn't be getting grinded out by Brian Battle and choked out. You got a guy like Charles Radtke, man. That guy is stickum. He's on your back like glue. He all he wants to do is get close and tight quarters with you. And a guy like Charles Radtke, he will eat up 7 minutes of control time, and the next thing you know, you're looking at the live line, and he's a minus 400 on the live line. So these are one of them fights that you can foresee, man. You have to know like if you're going to be profitable in betting, you have to know that the bookies are trying to set you up. You have to know that. And this is just one of those fights where I absolutely see this a trap. Charles Radtke, give me the dog. It's too easy.
Let's go, bro. I'm glad we agree on that fight. Next fight, guys. Speaking of bangers, this is another banger right here. This fight might not go the distance, folks, because these guys go at it. We have in the men's middleweight division, and if I mispronounce these names, I apologize. We have Aliaskhab Khizriev versus Makhmud Muradov. Aliaskhab Khizriev, he's undefeated at 14-0. 33 years old, 5'9", 74-inch reach. Makhmud Muradov, he is 26-8, 33 years old, 6'2", 75.5-inch reach. I was going back and forth on this fight because Aliaskhab, he's been out for almost 2 years. I thought he was making his UFC debut because I forgot he made his UFC debut already against Dennis Talulian, and he won that fight via submission. Then he won his contender series fight against Enrique, another good win right there. But that was 3 years ago, long time ago. Makhmud Muradov, he's been the more active fighter. He's 26-8. He's got the more experience. He's got more fighting experience under his belt, winning against Brian Barberina. He's a UFC veteran. Um, I'm going with another dog here, bro. I'm going with Makhmud Muradov, bro. No bullshit, cause he's plus 130, bro. When I saw plus 130 next to his name, I was like, I gotta grab that because I like him. I like Makhmud Muradov. I think he could pull it off. I really do. Give me Makhmud Muradov, the more active fighter. He's fought the tougher competition, and he's got the power to do it. I think he's got knockout power. So give me Makhmud all day.
Yeah, bro. Hey, man, I'm over here cheesing, bro, because I'm actually happy, man. We just lined up on two back-to-back dogs, man. You got Aliaskhab, Khizriev versus Makhmud Meredov, and like you said, I'm so glad that you noted that that almost a 2 year layoff, man, because that was the first thing I noticed. You got a guy, and not only was that a 2 year layoff, it was only versus Dennis Talulin, the guy with the worst takedown defense in the UFC or maybe of all time. Um,
All
so
time.
man, that's not a good win. So, and I actually had to go back and watch his career, and he's good. He reminds me of a guy who just wants to get that finish, and once he doesn't have that finish, he doesn't have a plan B. He just wants to either beat you up on the ground or get. He doesn't have no jiu-jitsu. He has a little rear naked choke. That's all he has to his name. You got a guy like in Makhmud, he's gonna definitely come in. He's gonna establish range. He's gonna avoid the takedown. Sometimes he can get on the ground, but he'll pop right back up. He has the better cardio. I'm not saying either one of them have good cardio, but somebody has to have the better cardio. And if you're talking about a guy who's gonna fight for your money, I'm going Makhmud all day. So give me the dog. Confidence rated 6 by decision.
Bro, I like his number plus 130. Plus, the thing is, look at the record, bro. 26-8 compared to 14-0. That's a
Yeah,
huge discrepancy right there.
double the experience.
Exactly. So give me the dog in this fight. I don't care what nobody says. Next fight, guys. This is gonna be an interesting fight. Very good fight right here. Scheduled in the women's flyweight division, we have Viviane Araujo versus Natalia Silva. Viviane Araujo, she's 12-5, 37 years old, 5'4", 68-inch reach. Natalia Silva, she's 16-5, 27 years old, 5'4", 65-inch reach. Natalia Silva, very impressive, very good prospect. She can be a future title contender, no doubt about it, folks. Viviane Araujo, she's kind of old now, right? She's 37 years old, but she did win her last fight. She won her last fight against Jennifer Maia. Very impressive win right there because Jennifer Maia is pretty damn solid. But before that, she lost to Amanda Hebas. She lost to Alexa Grasso. Those are pretty decent losses because Alexa Grasso is the current champion. She did win against Adria Lee and then lost to Caitlin Chukugian. But Natalia Silva, ever since she's been in the UFC, she hasn't lost yet. She won against Adria Lee, winning against Victoria Leonardo, winning against Teresa Bleda, winning against Jasmine Jasovicic. That's a good win. So I gotta go with Natalia Silva. I think she's gonna continue her winning streak here. I think she's gonna continue her path to that title picture soon. Give me Natalia Silva. Might even better, bro. I don't like betting women's MMA because it is kind of unpredictable. I gotta go with Natalia Silva though. Confidence level is like a 6.5 out of 10.
Dude, I agree with you, bro. Although women's MMA is absolutely unpredictable, Natalia Silva coming into the UFC, all she has shown is win, win, win. and that's what she does. She got slick movement. She got slick boxing. She got a nice jab. She strikes like a man. Let's just call it what it is, man. She strikes like a man. She has great cardio. The fights that she lost, she's so good. You would ask, how in the world is she 16 and has 5 losses? And those losses, it came from getting grinded out. It came from getting grinded out, and people don't want to hear that. But that's what happened in them fights. Her first fight in the UFC, in her career, she lost. She got grounded, pounded by a woman. She got taken down, beat her up. She got wore out. Although I have Natalia Silva in this fight, this is the first fight that we're gonna see Natalia Silva in bad spots, because we got a girl in Vivi. She's a well-rounded vet. She's gonna come in. This kind of remind me of that. This is the after losing a bet in that Mike Malott Neil Magny. I'm looking at this fight like Vivi. She's Neil Magny, and that's Mike Malott. That's the gasser right there. And I'm just saying, like, and if we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the line, we got Natalia Silva. She's a 290. Vivi, she's a plus 215. In her last fight, Natalia Silva, she was a minus 400. So the bookies know this is gonna be the toughest fight of her career. This is probably the fight you want to keep out your parlays, because we could see Natalia on her back for probably maybe half the fight, maybe. And this could be a close fight. This fight sketched me out after watching the tape. So I would say this is stay away.
I'm staying away too, bro. No money line, but I think the over is good. What do you think about the over?
The over actually popped out really well to me, because I noticed that half of Vivi's fights in the UFC in a recent years,
right?
that went to decision, and then Natalia Silva, 3 out of 4 of her fights finished. So that's kind of scary. So this is in a step of competition. I think the over would be the best play. I'm staying away from it. Scary.
Here we go with another great fight, guys. And I don't think this fight is going the distance, folks. Here's my dog of the card. I'm not even gonna go over the records. I am gonna go over the records, but I'm so excited about this number that I couldn't believe it, folks. Drew Dober is my dog of the card for UFC Vegas 85 plus 106. Give me Drew Dober all day. But let's go over the breakdown. We got Renato Moicano versus Drew Dober in the co-main event, lightweight division. Renato Moicano, 17-5, 34 years old, 5'11", 72-inch reach. Drew Dober, 27-2, 35 years old, 5'8", 70-inch reach. We all know that Drew Dober got a granite chin. He's got knockout power. Renato Moicano, he's chinny, bro. He can get cracked, and he's been finished before. He did win his last fight, but that was a year ago against Brad Riddell. That's a pretty solid win. I'm not gonna lie. He did lose to Rafael dos Anjos, winning against Alexander Hernandez, winning against Jai Herbert, and losing to Rafael Fiziev. Drew Dober, winning against Ricky Glenn, knocked him out, losing to Matt Frivola, winning against Bobby Green, Rafael Alves, and Terrence McKinney. I gotta go with Drew Dober though, because he's been the more active fighter. He's fought more times than Renato Moicano has fought in the last year, and I like that for Drew Dober. And Drew Dober has heavy hands, bro. That knockout power ain't no joke. I don't see this fight going the distance. Give me Drew Dober by knockout plus 106. My dog of the card. Confidence level is a 7.5. Let's go.
Yeah, guys. I'm actually rolling with Renato Moicano in this one, and one could sound pretty confident on that one. So we got Drew Dober coming in. He had coming in with the granite chin for sure. But I forgot who it was. He had just got knocked out by somebody. I was pretty much watching all his recent fights. Who did he get knocked out by?
Frivola.
Matt Frivola. Yeah, it was so quick. I pretty much I don't really learn much from quick knockouts, but he definitely got knocked out by that one in that one. And after he came back, he was looking a little gun shy, in my opinion. I was like, he came in, he was playing around with Ricky Glenn. I'm like, okay, and then he found the finish. You got Renato Moicano. It's been a while since we've seen him. The last time we seen him, he had got grinded out. I think that was by RDA. That was a bad look. No, that was actually he submitted Brad Riddell. Honestly, man, we've seen Drew Dober, man. The bookies, they know when he loses. So we got Drew Dober 2-8 as a dog. That's pretty. That's atrocious. And Drew Dober, he has 8 losses in the UFC. All his losses are his dogs. We got Renato Moicano 7-2 as a favorite. So if we're talking strictly off EV, Dober is going to get his back taken, and this isn't off all EV. This is off tape too, because we've seen Sarukian come in and not Sarukian. We've seen Islam come in and choke him out, and then we've seen another guy go in there and grind Drew Dober out. Drew Dober, he's been choked out a lot, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Renato Moicano, he's slick. He is slick. You know he's slick, CJ. So we're gonna go in there and see, can Drew Dober go?
That layoff is that worries me, bro. So give me Dober, bro. I like the dog number, bro. For real.
Can Dober come in?
Fight.
Yeah, I agree. Can Dober come in and find that man's chin? Absolutely. Can Renato Moicano come in and find that boy Drew Dober's back and we watched that main event? Absolutely. So we're gonna see. I don't know. I haven't found myself to the window yet. See, that's CJ's dog of the week. So he got him. He's more convicted than I am. So I gotta go with Renato.
All right. That's gonna be an interesting fight. I can't wait to see that fight now.
Me too.
And next fight, guys, is the main event of the evening for UFC Fight Night: Dolidze versus Imavov. Before I do the pick, before we do our breakdowns, make sure to subscribe to the channel CJUFCPicks. My man Gibbs, check him out on his channel. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Comment on the video who your dog of the week is, who your lock of the week is. I haven't gave you my lock yet because I'm about to give it to you right now, folks. I'm about to give it to you right now. Main event, middleweight division. We got Roman Dolidze going against Azat Imavov. Roman Dolidze, he's a 12-2, 35 years old, 6'2", 76-inch reach. Nasruddin Imavov, 12-4, 27 years old, 6'3", 65-inch reach. Roman Dolidze, he's got heavy hands, knockout power, and he was looking really impressive right before his last loss to Marvin Vettori. And I think Nasruddin Imavov is kind of the same style as Marvin Vettori, besides the wrestling. I think they have the same pace, the same power, same cardio. We've seen Roman Dolidze slow down after one round because he goes after it, folks. He wants to knock your block off, and he uses all of his energy to do that. And I think Nasruddin Imavov definitely has better boxing than Dolidze does, better wrestling, better cardio. Give me the up and coming prospect Nasruddin Imavov as my lock of the card, folks. I think he's gonna get it done. I think he's gonna out cardio Dolidze here. I do like Dolidze. I am scared of the knockout power. That's why I'm only gonna give a confidence level of an 8. But I am still pretty damn confident that Imavov comes out with the victory here and bounces back after those two, one draw and one loss. But that's okay. He's gonna bounce back here, folks. Watch. I'm gonna bounce back on this card. Those 2 losses from the pay-per-view, folks, those don't count. Who you got in this fight, bro?
Yeah, man, bro. For the first time in the main event, we're gonna go ahead and line up together. Go ahead and give me Nasruddin Imavov. Go ahead and give me the younger guy. Go ahead and give me the faster guy. Give me the guy with the better boxing. Roman Dolidze, he definitely has the better power though. He definitely has the better wrestling, the better grappling, but definitely doesn't have the better cardio. And we're talking about a 5-round fight here. So um so this is actually a weird fight. And CJ, you broke this fight down really well because something I was definitely gonna note was either one of these guys have good cardio. So I could see and both guys, Roman Dolidze is 2-2 in decisions, and Imavov is 3-3 in decisions. So both these guys are gonna slow down, and this is just a nasty. I don't know why the UFC would put this as a 5-rounder, because if this gets to the championship rounds, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be a bar fight. So one could say that in a bar fight you want to have Roman Dolidze, but I'm just gonna bank on Nasruddin having 3 rounds, or maybe having 2 rounds already in the can, and then maybe win 4 and 5. And I think it's gonna go to decision. Both guys are really durable in their careers. So go ahead and give me Nasruddin Imavov by decision. And my confidence rate, like a 6. You're a little bit more confident than I am.
I'm banking on his cardio and the youth, because Roman Dolidze is 35 years old, folks. He's almost 37, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Right there. Um, he looks younger than he is, and he is in shape. He's got knockout power, no doubt about it. But I'm just banking on the youth. Um, and Imavov has a little bit of a height advantage, better cardio, better wrestling, grappling. Dolidze is just more powerful. That's it. And I think Imavov has him everywhere else in this fight. So yeah, give me Imavov. We're both locked on that. So that's good. That was the breakdown, ladies and gentlemen, for UFC Fight Night Dolidze versus Imavov. That's going to be a very good card going down on Saturday, February 3rd. So there is a break, and we're going to take a break along with them. We're going to come back right after this card on February 4th to break down the next card, which
Yeah.
is, let me
Joe
see.
Piper and Hermanson.
Oh, that's going to be a good card. That's going to be a good fight right there. Let me see
Yeah,
when that
February
is.
10th.
February 10th. All right. Yep. Joe Piper versus Hermanson right there, folks. We're going to break down that card for you guys right after the Imavov versus. I forgot. I already forgot because I'm high.
Dolidze.
Dolidze. There you go. Yes, sir. Thank you for that save,
Absolutely.
bro. That's why
Oh
I got a
yeah.
co host now. Thank you, Gibbs. I appreciate that, bro. That was a
Appreciate you,
fun
bro.
that was a fun card to break down. I hope you enjoy the break. Hopefully we bounce back from that rough pay-per-view card, bro. You got any last thoughts?
Yeah, nah, I was really thinking the same thing. We seen the reads good, man. It was just people just didn't show up, and the unpredictability part of it. So, we're gonna bounce back, and we locked in, bro.
And you already know, bro, we're the most transparent channel on this thing, bro. We show you our losses, we show you our wins, we give you our picks all for free. So make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video. You already know what to do. Light one up next time with us. We're already high, so I don't know about y'all, but I'm having a good time. I hope you're having a good time, Gibbs.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm over here vibing, bro.
All right, bro. Thanks for joining, and have a good night, folks.
Peace.